Good morning and welcome to Tea and Toast.
Not a chance, I'm doing this one. Welcome to Tea and Toast. This is the Knight Rider special. Kit, are you ready, buddy?
Of course I am, Greg. I am the Knight Industries 2000 and you're watching Tea and Toast with Jason and Greg.
So this is the episode you've been waiting for, isn't it, Greg?
Unbelievable, Jason. Unbelievable.
The Knight Rider episode. You feel about Knight Rider the way I felt about the Back to the Future episode, don't you?
Yeah, so seeing Kit for real, well, I nearly passed out, didn't I?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't care, it was raining. It was in a caravan park. I didn't care where it was. Have I just given away the whole thing there?
Yeah.
But it was raining in a caravan park, wasn't it?
It
was amazing. Wow. So much so, I booked it for my wedding, didn't I, Jason?
Yes.
He was great. Kit at my wedding. I married Kit. No, I didn't. I married it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I am the Knight Industries 2000, otherwise known as K.I.T.T. I was designed by the late Wilton Knight, a brilliant but eccentric billionaire and founder of the Foundation for Law and Government, FLAG. Although I was originally the brain of a supercomputer used by the government, my creator Wilton Knight had much more ambitious plans for me. In order to fulfill my crime-fighting purpose, I needed a body which would allow me to be much more mobile. And so I was installed into a 1982 Pontiac Trans Am. Along with my superior intelligence, I was given extra abilities that are far too numerous to list in full, but includes turbo boost, a front-mounted scanner, and of course, a molecular bonded shell. After my mind and body were completed, of course I needed a human partner. He was chosen in the form of Michael Long, a former Green Beret turned Los Angeles police officer who almost got killed in the line of duty. His shooting allowed the Foundation to falsify his death and create a new identity, taking the name from my creator and becoming Michael Knight. Our crime-fighting activities were documented on an NBC TV show which aired from 1982 to 1986 and has been repeated internationally ever since.
So Greg, just in case there is anybody out there who has actually never heard of Knight Rider, just explain the premise of the show to us. What it's about.
Oh, basically, Knight Rider is a car that is for the future, and it's there to tackle crime and all things wrong in the world. And the man in charge of the car is David Hasselhoff, Michael Knight, and he is a good-looking young man who likes his ladies as well. And he takes control of Kit, and they both go out and fight crime. And the car itself does loads of things like shooting, like arrow things. What do you call them? Rockets. Thanks very much for your help. Rockets. It turbo boosts. That means it can jump. It can let oil out the back so cars can't chase it. It's just an amazing car. It can unlock doors. It can do everything. So basically, it's a future car that has never actually happened in the future.
So what you're trying to say is that billionaire Wilton Knight formed a government foundation called FLAG, the Foundation for Law and Government, which was going to fight crime, and to do that he created a supercomputer called K.I.T.T and put it in a Pontiac Trans Am. They then needed somebody to drive the car, although he doesn't drive the car because it can drive itself. So they then looked for somebody to do that role, and they found Michael Arthur Long, who they changed his name and his face because he'd apparently been shot. They changed his name to Michael Knight. And he went on to be the person who drove K.I.T.T, and they worked together to fight crime with the help of Devon Miles and Bonnie in the first series, and April in the second series, and RC a bit later on. They fought people like Carr, who was a replica of K.I.T.T. He was made before K.I.T.T and then brought back. Goliath, the great big truck, and David's evil twin brother. They fought all of those and solved lots and lots of crimes. That was Knight Rider.
I'm here with Steve. He's the man that made this wonderful thing that is Knight Rider 2000, the car itself. This is Kit. tell us, Steve, when did your love for Knight Rider start?
It started when I was a little 8-year-old boy in Yorkshire, and now it's a reality that I own the car.
So, did you start from scratch, Steve? Was this just a Trans Am at first?
This was just a red Trans Am, literally 18 months ago, yeah, and it is what it is today. It took me 18 months to build it.
So here we go then. Here's the big question. Have you met the Hoff?
Yeah, I've met the Hoff. Every time they come to the UK and they want a Knight Rider car for a production, this is the one they use. They use it for pantomimes and a DJ Save My Life and all that kind of stuff that is currently doing in the UK.
So this is the car that David Hasselhoff, Michael Knight, uses over here.
Yeah, well, one of my favourite times is when we supplied it for the BBC Worldwide, and we was doing a sketch with David Hasselhoff and John Cleese, and John Cleese smashed the end of the bonnet up like just he did on Fawlty Towers.
I would be furious, can I just say that? If he was smacking the end of this car. So, I'm going to bore you all now, but I'm getting married this year, very close to Christmas, and this man, this wonderful man here, has allowed Kit to turn up at my wedding. So, if anyone else wants to do that, how can they get hold of you?
They just come to the Yorkshire TV car hire website and book us through there.
Do it. It's amazing. Imagine this at your wedding or birthday.
So this episode, Greg, happens to be going out on a Friday when we would normally do Fun Fact Friday. So obviously, as this is a special, we won't be doing Fun Fact Friday, will we, Greg?
Yes.
Oh.
Why don't we call it Fun Fact Flag Friday?
I like it.
Foundation for Law and Government.
I like it.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Fun Fact Flag Friday.
Are you going to start this Fun Fact Flag Friday, Jason?
No, you can start Fun Fact Flag Friday, Greg. Go for it.
You want me to start Fun Fact Flag Friday?
I do want you to start Fun Fact Flag Friday.
Okay, Dennis, I'll start the Fun Fact Flag Friday. Did you know, and I've done this one, we have done this one in the past, but I just think it needs to be out there again. K.I.T.T, Night Industry 2000, was originally going to be called K.I.T.T, Trans Am 2000. And you did a very funny clip on one of the episodes quite a while ago where you dubbed in your voice as Michael Knight talking to Kit through his watch, and I think you should show that again, Jason.
I will.
Because this is how it would have looked if Kit was called Tat.
Tat.
Where are you? Impounded, Michael, just like you.
My turn, Greg. I've got a Fun Fact Flag Friday for you.
Go on then.
Did you know they bought the cars for $1 each, the Trans Ams, from the dealers?
$1?
$1 each. And it cost them $18,000 to make them into kit.
$1?
$1.
It must have been for advertising
Yeah.
purposes, wasn't it?
Because I'm sure that the Trans Am sold loads in the 80s because of Knight Rider.
18 grand then? Just
Yeah.
to put the wing steering wheel on and all that?
Well, the stunt work was really heavy on the cars because lots of turbo boosting and stuff like that. So they wrecked about an average of 9 per season of those cars. Completely trashed. So you're talking around about 180. A lot of money for those cars.
A lot of money. And even more so nowadays.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays?
Nowadays, it'd be a lot of money.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Fun Fact Flag Friday.
Greg, what is your favourite Knight Rider episode?
Good question, Jason. Good question. Well, I'm going to go with Goliath, Jason, because I don't think there's... And they were 2 parts, weren't they? I don't think there's a better episode than that. Do you?
I like it a lot, yeah.
The fact that if you don't know what Goliath is, I'm sure Jason knows because he seems to know everything about Knight Rider. It's basically a truck that's got the same sort of...
Molecularly bonded shell.
And it crushes Knight Rider. But I mean, if you want to know more, ask Jason. I'm sure he'll tell you a bit more about it.
The Foundation for Law and Government continues to protect the nation against criminals, and I, the Knight Industries 2000, remain vigilant, as long as my circuits are operational.
Well, that is the end of our Knight Rider special, Greg, and the end of our little 3-part series, The Stars of the Car.
3-part series, filmed about 6 months ago, took about 6 months or so to edit, and we've finally got the last one out. Well done. Well done to our editing department.
Greg, I don't think you appreciate how much work goes into these episodes. You just turn up here, do your little joke, and off you go.
Yeah, it's true though. It is true, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, we have to say some thank yous to Mike Hutchinson, Steve Fawcett and all the people at Yorkshire TV Car Hire, and of course to Wesley Martin, who provided our excellent KITT voice for this episode.
Thanks for being at my wedding as well. I do appreciate that, because it did make my little dream come true. I mean, the missus didn't give a... She just didn't really care, but it was fantastic.
Got some great pictures though, didn't you?
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember seeing you.
I think you invited my wife and I was her +1.
Yeah, probably. That's probably it, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for today's episode of Tea and Toast. We'll see you next week with another fantastic episode, Greg.
Well, it's another episode, isn't it?
Might be average, but...
Well, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Try.